Hi, we are so happy that you're part of the Merck's Bioluminescence debut event, and we've been gathering a lot of inputs across various information that is being provided by the experts. Let me ask you the first question, which is regarding the importance of data management in the pharma sector today. What do you have to say about that?
Okay. First of all, thank you very much, Merck team, to have invited me to talk about it. I think data is very important, not only just as a support, but also to make a decision, well-informed decision. So when we are talking about data, we are not just talking about independent data. We are talking about groups of data from different entities. So when all these data come together, then we make a well-informed decision. So managing data is not just about gathering the data, storing the data, retrieval of the data, or distribute the data. We are talking about using the data as a evidential circumstances to make a well-informed decision which is going to impact the patient safety. So in that way, data in pharmaceutical industry is very, very important according to me.
That's well said. But when we talk about the data management, would you also highlight many advancements that are taking place for this data management? What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of advancements in the area of data management because nowadays the regulatory agencies are also very clear and they have given clear guidelines. I will take example of 21 CFR Part 11. 21 CFR Part 11 is very clear in laying out a clear framework how to actually generate data. What should you qualify as a data, number one. Number two, how to manage this data in terms of how to store the data, how to retrieve the data, how to distribute the data, and more importantly, how to analyze the data. So with the strong e-signature in place. So this gives a very strong framework, a dependable framework for the pharmaceutical industry to make decisions based on the data.
Absolutely, that's very important. Moving further, when we try to understand the other technologies which are available like data analytics or artificial intelligence, what role are these playing in the pharma sector?
Data analytics is very, very important domain, and it is an indispensable domain when it comes to analysis of data, given the volume of the data. There was a point in time when the volume was less, where a human can easily do the analysis. Now we need an algorithm to analyze the data. So data analytics is playing a very pivotal role in that. Number one. Number two, when it comes to the artificial intelligence, this gives us the power of prediction because data is giving something about a trend, how certain trends are happening. For example, if it is a environmental monitoring or bioburden testing or it is a sterility or whatever areas of pharmaceutical industry you are taking or testing you are taking, it gives a trend. So
Right.
when the trend is captured and when the trend is analyzed using artificial intelligence and machine learning, this gives a lot of predictive information. So now we are gradually able to move from a preparatory stage to a predictive stage, a preventive maintenance to a predictive maintenance.
Right.
This power it has given.
Wow, that's definitely very useful, but I'm sure it requires a lot of skill to actually be able to implement these into action. And we also know that there's a lot of gap between the academia and the industry in terms of understanding these skills. Do you think that the academia is well equipped or well skilled to carry out these new technologies?
When we talk about academia and the industry, I would certainly would like to look into as two different entities. It is not that the entire population academia is producing is going to come to industry, right? So basically, academia is preparing the basic principles. So they are making the basic principles clear. Now it is the industry's interest to develop the skill in the talent to make sure they are adaptable into the industry. So that role industry has to play. So not all the talents which are produced by academia are directly utilizable. So you need to see the application oriented knowledge if a person is having. If the person is having a process knowledge, then how best you are going to utilize that person by training the person and then taking the person into the system.
Right. That's very well said. I would also like to ask you, how is Biocon Academy playing a important role here?
Yeah. So Biocon Academy is mainly into the skill development into the biotech ecosystem. So our objective is to create a very strong talent pool in the global biotech ecosystem. It is a CSR arm of Biocon Group. So naturally, we are not creating talent only for Biocon Group. We are creating a talent for the entire Indian biotech ecosystem. So what we are actually doing is that we are taking the raw talent from the market. When I say market, those who have completed their collegiate education, and then we take them into Biocon Academy. We train them in different models. For example, we train them conceptually, we train them experientially, we train them through hands-on training, and of course we are also training them in the professional skills areas. So it is a roundabout training. When the person coming out from Biocon Academy, they are having a holistic development. There is a transformation from the way they looked at themselves.
So tell us, how is Biocon Academy playing a good role in upskilling the students from the academia?
Yeah, so according to me, we are looking at these two are completely two different entities, industry and academia. Academia is responsible for creating a very strong conceptual background in terms of creating the principles clear.
Right.
Once they do that, those candidates who are actually interested in putting up a career in the industry, it is industry's responsibility to develop the skill in them, make them industry ready. So what we are doing at Biocon Academy is that we take the fresh talents from the collegiate education pool and we train them in different models. We train them in the conceptual model. When I say conceptual model, application based training, and we train them in the experiential model. We send the students to the industry and we are giving hands-on training, and of course we are also doing the corporate campus to corporate type of professional skills development. So when the students are coming out from Biocon Academy, they are absolutely employable and ready for a corporate job. That's
Right.
what we are doing.
That's wonderful to know, and I'm sure there's lots more to take a look at for the Indian pharma sector and the academia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.